Hey friend, Jenna from Sweet Mom Bod here. And the other day, I was thinking to myself how differently my next pregnancy and postpartum period is going to be. And of course, it's because I've done a bunch of research and I know a lot more now than I did when I was pregnant and in the early postpartum days of having Avery. But it's also just because my mindset has totally shifted. So I wanted to share some of the ideas that I came up with you, because whether you're pregnant now, you're gonna get pregnant, you know that you're gonna have more children, these ideas could be helpful for you to not only feel better during pregnancy, but also have an easier time recovering and rehabbing postnatally. So the first thing that I'm going to definitely do next pregnancy is I'm going to cool it on the intense stuff a lot sooner. So I ran, I jumped, I lifted heavy, all these more intense kind of workouts right up until pretty much the day that I delivered. I actually, like the day that I went into labor with Avery, I remember Adam and I, my husband and I, we went for a walk. And I said, I'm gonna start running up this hill because I was just done. I wanted Avery out of me. I wanted to be done with being pregnant. So I was like, I'm gonna run up this hill and she's gonna wanna come out. And so I did. It was more of like a waddle because I was almost 42 weeks pregnant at that point. But I know now that what my body really needed was for me to cool it. Was for me to give it some space and not be so eager to push myself, to challenge myself as much as I would if I wasn't pregnant. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing differently next pregnancy. And in a similar realm, next pregnancy and postpartum period, I'm gonna focus more on feeling good instead of looking good. Last pregnancy, when I was pregnant with Avery, I was really focused on exercising so that I could get my body back after baby. And that was really the key, was that I was focusing on doing certain exercises that I thought would make it easier for me to just snap back into shape after having Avery. And now knowing what I know, it makes me sad for that Jenna. It makes me sad for that Jenna who was so self-conscious, who was so insecure, who was so scared and fearful of what a postnatal body was going to look and feel like, that she pushed herself, she pushed her body in ways that probably weren't healthy at all. I know weren't healthy at all, just because she was so focused on looking good instead of feeling good. So future Jenna in future pregnancies is going to exercise to feel good, to get more energy, to feel better, to be able to have that patience to deal with toddler tantrums by getting that release through exercise, that good feeling from exercise instead of looking good. The third thing I'm going to be doing differently next pregnancy is I'm going to, actually rather not pregnancy, but in the postnatal period, I'm going to be wearing an ab binder for the right reasons. So after having Avery, I got myself an ab binder, one of those wraps that you wrap around your abs, with the idea in my mind that it was going to help me shrink my waist. It was going to help me get my waist back to pre-baby time. Which now, again, it's along those same lines that it just makes me sad for that Jenna. And future Jenna, if I do decide to wear an ab binder, it's going to be for the right reasons. And the right reasons could be things like I have a significant diastasis and I want to help support my core and pelvic floor while that's healing, or have significant perineal tearing. Same thing, want to support the core and pelvic floor. If I have a C-section and I want to support the tissues to help that heal. If I'm getting any kind of pain, back pain, hip pain, pelvic pain, and I feel like having that support would be a good idea. And really, in all honesty, I might wear it simply because since I'm going to be on my second, third, fourth, fifth, probably not going to have 5 children, but I guess never say never, right? But if I'm already have a child, which I do, when you're on your second, third, fourth kid, you don't get as much downtime. You don't get to have as much rest and recovery in those early postnatal days as you did with the first. So that means that you are going to be on your feet more. You are going to be moving around a lot more, carrying more stuff, things like that. So having an ab binder or compression gear to help support your muscles might feel really, really good. So if I decide to wear an ab binder or compression, I don't know why I keep wanting to say compression gear next postnatal period, it's going to be for the right reasons. And lastly, the last thing that I want to impart, the wisdom I want to impart for future Jenna and future pregnancies, is be patient. I was in such a rush to jump back into workouts, to jump back into my pre-baby body and get ripped again and all this ridiculousness. In all honesty, looking back now, my mindset is so different than it was when I first had Avery. I don't have as much fear, as much insecurities, as much is anything ever going to be the same ever again ideas, because I've seen how amazing life can be with my little bean, and that the most important thing to me is that I have a great functioning body. My body functions so well these days, and looking good, sure, that's an okay goal to have, but it's not my #1 goal anymore. And next pregnancy, next postnatal period, I'm going to be so much more patient with myself and not feel the pressure to dive right into workouts, especially intense workouts, right from the get-go. So I hope that you enjoyed the lessons that I learned that I wanted to share with you. If you did, please definitely share this with your friends, especially your pregnant friends who haven't quite gone through those moments of insecurity and I need to rush back into shape, all those different kinds of things. It can be really important to hear from someone that you trust and love that it's okay to be patient. It's okay to not dive into intense workouts right away. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You will have a strong, amazing, functioning body again. Just give yourself some time and space. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.